Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Unemployed to Unstoppable. You join us for today with a FA Cup fourth round away game at Aston Villa, followed by a home game at Crewe. Form over the last few games has been pretty good. We did go on a 6-game winning streak, but when we got into January, fixture congestion, we slipped up at Peterborough and got beat. Thought we'd recovered with a draw and then a win, but Shrewsbury gave us a right good going over in the last game. So I'll get through the credits, I'll click us through, I'll get us to the next game, and we'll see how we get on away at the mighty Aston Villa. Real chance to test ourselves against an elite team. Catch you shortly. And welcome back. So we've gone cautious approach for this game. Starting lineup as follows: Tiamkani in goals, Hume at left back, we've got Hall and McDonald at centre halves, Ramsey at right back, Davenport and John come in as the centre mids, Tamplin as an in-5 forward on the left, West comes back in following injury on the right, got Broom as an attacking playmaker with Kirk up front. I think we'll just drop Broom back into... In fact, no, we'll leave him. No, we won't. We'll go Shadow Striker because he was playing really well. I did swap it slightly because Kirk was playing more in that role and he's a better playmaker, but we'll see how we get on. Yeah, I'm not expecting to win this game by any stretch of the imagination. It's not often as a League One side you're going to go to Aston Villa or a Premier League club and come out with anything at all, especially with a side as strong as that. I mean, that's got to be as close to full strength as they could be. I think huge underdogs, there's not a lot of pressure. Let's just see how we get on. It'd be nice to stay in the game as long as possible, make it exciting. But my fear is if Aston Villa get a fairly early goal, it will turn into quite a hefty beating. But we'll see. As we get into February, the games go back to a weekly pattern rather than every 3 or 4 days. So I'm hoping our form can recover and some of our players can just get a little bit more fit and ready. So here we go. Ramsey with the ball into Davenport. Plays it wide to John. Back to Davenport. McDonald. Giving away the ball to Watkins, which we can't afford to do too much. Ramsey's won it back. Back to McDonald. Not sure if we just need to take this long. But again, we've given it away, and I think that's going to be the theme of the game. McDonald back to the keeper. Struggling to really get it to our top players at the front end of the pitch. Ball into Piatek. And there you go, that's the worry. 9 minutes into the game and they've got the goal they needed. We were already on a cautious approach, so we were playing quite defensive anyway. But I can't see... Well, I could never have seen us scoring 2 goals in this game. I thought 1 at best. I was more thinking penalties if we could last to extra time. But it looks as if it's straight away this game is going to get away from us. But that'll give us a chance to concentrate back on the league again. Because there's 15 league games left to go. And we're only 9 points from the playoffs, so it's not impossible. But it's going to take another 6-game winning streak, I think, to do anything significant. Looks like we had a chance from a corner there, but they broke up the other end. Although we've picked up the ball again. What can Ramsey and John do with it? Long over the top to Kirk. Breaks into the penalty box. But yeah, he can only find it to the keeper, kind of up there on his own. And it's going to be a hard shift for him up there with his little sad red face. We will give a bit of encouragement, as we like to try and make our little happy faces. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. There's a little happy smiley faces. Happy footballer's a good footballer. 25 minutes into the game then, not as bad as I thought it was going to be after 9. So we're still in the game. Tiamkani, we like to play the ball out from the back. Wide to West, plays it over the top to Kirk. Gets a chance in on goals, but he's just pulled it wide. So promising. Promising. It gives us some hope that it might not be completely over yet. A fairly tight affair, and I think it's going to remain that way. We're not going to go too adventurous because they will just absolutely punish us. 10 minutes to go till half time. Fitness wise, we're looking not too bad. Morale wise, we've got a few players taking a bit of a dip, probably because we're not seeing the ball at all. Although possession wise says we've got more possession than them. But I would wonder how and where that possession is. I can't imagine we're pushing around the edge of their box. It's probably more likely we're recovering the ball and playing around our own back four. There you go, half time then. Don't think it's going too bad. I'm certainly not too upset. I don't know why my assistant manager's not particularly interested in saying anything here. I think we're pleased to keep it up. Because I think at 1-0 down at Aston Villa's ground isn't actually too bad a result for a club the size of ours. Although they've got a chance just after half time. We've managed to get the ball off Piatek to West, ball over the top to Kirk, but he just can't get hold of it. Kirk has scored his first goal in a couple of games ago, playing in that attacking role. So I'm hoping we will see more from him and West as the game goes on. So here we go then. First little highlights out the way. Broom not having a great game as a shadow striker, but I wouldn't read too much into the ratings from this game because you're playing against a team from 2 divisions above, packed full of internationals. Corner ball from John then. And Martinez he's lapped that up, and it looks like they'll probably get a break out of this. Yeah, ball over the top. They'll break down the wing. Piatek again, who looks a really good player. Into Boubacar and Ollie Watkins on the goal line. Surely he's offside. You could. He must have been. This must be offside. He was on our goal line. First time we've seen VAR. Yeah, goal disallowed. It's the first time we've seen VAR in this save. It's good to see it saved us, kept us in the game. I think a little bit more encouragement. The players who are on the pitch. Lots of happy smiley faces. Just over half an hour to go. All it takes is one chance from a corner or a scruffy goal somewhere. We might be able to get back into this. Ramsey now chucks into the box. Lampkin, Kirk. Oh, he's just missed it again. So we had a couple chances. Our XG is actually higher than theirs. So I'm not going to say I'm gutted not to have got something out of the game, but we've given a good account of ourselves, and I think you can take a lot of positives from this result. 25 minutes to go. Can we really freshen anybody up? Let's see if there's any other changes we can make. So let's see. We'll get Lavery on up front. And we'll get Broom off for newbie. And I'll leave it there just in case there's any injuries or anything in the last 20 minutes. I was contemplating taking Hume off. Got a lot of players on bookings as well, so just got to be careful that we've got a substitute left for any eventuality in terms of injuries or red card coverage. 15 minutes to go now. The game's kind of petered out a little bit. Be nice to get one last chance, one corner or a free kick, something. Here we go, McDonald's got the ball, but he's been robbed by Tech. He's broke down through the middle. They're playing the ball around well now, Villa. And if they get one now, it's going to kill the game off in essence. They've got it out wide. Watkins, McGinn. And it's just gone wide of the post. So, again, still in the game, but not really threatening with any significance at the other end. It's time for a player like Lavery, someone who thinks he's better than our club, to step up and just slot one in the bottom corner. 5 minutes left. One final shout of give it everything you've got. There we go, some happy faces. Just coming into the final couple of minutes. 3 minutes of injury time. looks like it's just going to peter out and it's going to be a 1-0, which isn't terrible. And hopefully we can take the morale from this game and put it into the next league game, because that is more important. So there you go. Unfortunately, we've fallen out of the FA Cup in the 4th round away at Aston Villa. I don't think we can really fault anybody. It's just you gave it your best and you're outclassed by better players. I think you can say much more than that. So we'll leave it there. Stay tuned. I'll click us through and get ready for the league game, and I will catch you very, very shortly. And welcome back for the home game against Crewe Alexandra in the league. We've got TM Carney in goals, Sparks in at left back, Hefele and Jordan in the centre, Ramsey at right back, Collins and John in the defensive midfield roles. Lavery's come out as inside forward on the left, Broom as support striker, Westin on the right, and Kirk up front. Bouncing off the loss to Aston Villa in FA Cup 4th round, we've managed to keep morale all right. I think players are still a little bit disgruntled and upset. And I've also found out why my assistant manager's just not giving me any kind of advice, and that's because he's left. So we've put out an advert in the papers for a new assistant manager. We just have to make sure that we pick the right one. So when that comes up, I'll try and find the best attributes. But it's not just about attributes, it's the character as well, to make sure we get the best man for helping us get in the league, or progressing as hard as we can. So 15 league games to go then, 45 points at stake. We're 9 points off the playoffs. If you won them all, we could get in the playoffs, but I have to caveat the fact we're only about 10 points off the relegation zone, so that is also a real possibility. So we'll have to be careful at both ends and make sure we don't get too carried away. Here we go, Broom into the edge of the box. Lavery breaks inside into Kirk, and Kirk scores. I think that's his 2nd goal since he joined, but we need him to get a bit of consistency up there. So a good start to the game so far. Lavery playing well on that inside forward role on the left, and Kirk putting the ball in the back of the net. So 1-0 up. Too early to say whether we're going to go on and win this game, but we have beat Crewe previously. We beat them 2-1 when we were away. So hopefully we can do the double over them this season and just climb up the league a little bit, because the league position shows us they're up into 10th. A lot of games have to even themselves out as the games in hand over the Christmas period and from people's FA Cup runs take effect. So probably as we get through the end of February, we'll have a better idea of whether there is anything achievable in terms of an outside chance of a playoff, or whether we're going to get sucked back into a relegation scramble. But we'll see how we go. Following that, at the end of the season, we'll be into the transfer window. The first full transfer window we'll have at Exeter. So we'll need to clear a few out, get a few younger ex-Premier League players again. Obviously, I'm a big fan of using the contract release. When all the Premier League players let go of their players, we can bring a few ones in, but they'll be quite young. I think we may actually have to spend some transfer money as well and get some older players who are used to playing at this level. As I say that there, we've just conceded the equaliser to Crewe. But we've always built young teams as we climbed up the league so far. I think we need to make sure we have some experience in there as well, some sense and sensibility, some leadership and aggression, just to make sure that the young players aren't being relied on too much, because they can be quite inconsistent. But we'll see. As we approach half-time then, it's 1 each. And we'll see if we can just egg the players on to get our noses back in front in the second half. Not happy with that. I want to see them get out there and get our noses back in front. This is a game we should definitely be winning if we want to stand a chance. So Sparks with a chance to deliver the ball in. Managed to win a penalty. Lavery will take it. I've not seen anyone take a penalty for Exeter yet, so this is new for us all. Strikers, I always think, should always score. And that's it. He's in. 2-1 up. Got our noses back in front there. It's only his 10th goal of the season, so he's not had a great season at Exeter. For someone who thinks he's better and wants to move away. I know I keep reiterating it, but He's irked me a little bit by saying he's better than Exeter. He certainly hasn't shown it. Anyway, need to keep the momentum going. Broom's looking like he's tiring a little bit. We'll just see how he gets on. We have got Alex Newby on the bench, who tends to deputise when Broom's out of that position. But we will just let it develop and see how much longer he can go on for, because he's playing one of the higher ratings in the team. Coming up to the hour mark now. Again, we're doing well for shots on target and possession. So it's, again, the formation and the tactics are working pretty well. Sparks with the corner. That's been headed clear. Looks like Beningame might be able to break for Crew here. It'll be a bit of a shell shock if they can get back in straight away. Stopped initially by Broom, but he's got another chance to deliver, and Tiamkani saves it. We've got to be concerned about the counter-attack as we break up the other end. West and Kirk combining well. Ball over to Lavery on the left-hand side. Oh, and he's gone down. He's got another penalty. So this is a chance. It's always hard for a striker to take a second penalty. Does he go the same way or does he change his direction? Same for the keeper. So as he steps up, brilliant. Right in the bottom corner again. So he's shown that he can do it either side. That's given us a 2-goal lead now. Hopefully we can capitalise on that. Steady heads and just see this game out. XG's looking fantastic. Possession fantastic. Nobody's really having a bad game. Lavery's played really good out on that left-hand side. His rating's probably skewed slightly by the fact he scored 2 penalties, so you can't read too much into it, but it's good to see. As Crew have a chance from the edge of the box, but he's blazed it over. 20 minutes to go. Couple players starting to flag now. Might just make a couple changes to keep them fresh. So let's see. We'll get Broom off. Newbie on. I'd like to get West on. There's no one really can play out there. Niall John in midfield. Again, there's no one screaming out that I feel comfortable with at this stage taking over. So 17 minutes to go. Looks like a chance for Crew. Managed to scramble it away initially. Thankfully it's been disallowed. I think we're starting to flag, starting to tire. We just need to see this one out. 15 minutes to go. Keep it tight. I don't want to mess about with the mentality too much because it can change your shape and leave you open for some counter-attacks. Especially when I would say we've been dominating possession and chances. It's probably best just to leave it as it is. With 8 minutes to go, get us back onto a winning bit of form in the league. We did have a 6-game winning streak and we were on for breaking the club record, but unfortunately Peterborough stopped us. And again, it's a chance now to start a new record and start a new 6-game winning streak. Just see if we can finish the season as strongly as possible. Just to see if we can maybe squeeze into the playoffs. But I mean, it's quite a stretch to try and get in there. There's a lot of teams above us we'd need to slip up. But we'll keep trying. As long as there's games left, we will keep trying. It's coming into the last minute now. Looks like the job's done. There we go. Fantastic. Good performance from the players. Good win. Well done. We'll just have a quick look at league table before we leave you. Up into 10th now. 8 points. 8 points off. So it's 14 games to go. It's not unachievable, but we really need to have a good run of form to start to reel in some of these teams above us. I think relegations can be a long forgotten nightmare. Just get into the match schedule to have a look where we will come back. Certainly play all the way through February. I think we'll probably come back for Burton and Forest Green. We start at Forest Green. We'll have Forest Green in the next episode. So, yeah, stay tuned. Take care, and I will see you when the next episode is out tomorrow. Thank you.